Hello and welcome to another episode of Open Talk. Our guest speaker tonight is a man behind the production of two Bahraini movies during the past 13 years. After producing The Barrier 13 years ago, Bassam Al Thawadi has lately produced a movie called Visitor. Tonight he will speak to us about this movie and other issues related to the film industry in Bahrain. Bassam, first of all, I'd like to welcome you, and I hope that during the next 30 minutes we will discuss many issues related to Visitor and how you are contributing to, we cannot say the development, but we can say the start of the Bahraini film industry.
Thank you for having me in your program, Ahdiya.
First of all, tell us, what is Visitor all about?
It's a thriller film. Got all the elements of the drama, like the suspense, the surprise shots, the fast rhythm. It's all of that, all in one, like they say. Visitor, it's an experience. I think it's about time to do it. Usually in our drama in the Gulf or in the Arab drama, of course, we usually do what we go to a deep drama. We don't go to stories, light stories. We don't go to thriller stories, suspense stories. That's what
it's different.
It is a bit different, and I think we need this kind of films or of drama. People before, when I studied cinema, they always said, the doctors, the teachers, said cinema, it's for fun, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, it's an art. People have to think. So number one, it's fun. Mm-hmm. When you go to a cinema, you have to carry out your family, you go to a theater, to a cinema theater, you watch a film, then after that you come out and discuss the film, and either you like it or not. At the end, it's a different atmosphere when you go out to a cinema, and different, it is different, should be, the cinema is different. So I think we chose this line. We want to do something different. We want the people to go to the cinema to just see a film and enjoy it.
And not to leave with tears because it was too dramatic.
Yeah, well, sometimes tears is all right, like laughing, but it's not too dramatic, yeah.
Did you personally choose the cast, and are they Bahrainis?
Yeah, I chose the cast 2 years ago, actually. I saw a play, a Bahraini play, called Nabikum Wiyana, We Want You With Us. Okay. It's a Bahraini play. And I liked the cast there. All the guys there they are perfect. They are good on theater. They are, and there is some chemistry between them. They know how to be together, and you like them together. So I called them and sat with them, Bahrain Cinema Club. I said, listen, guys, we want to do a new thing. Mm-hmm. I like your show. I want you to be with me in my new movie. Mm-hmm. And they agreed, and they said, okay, we'll be with you. And I gave them the idea only. I didn't write the script yet. I have just the idea. And they agree on that. So from that stage, which is 2 years, or 1 year and a half, actually, we start to build up the crew. Mm-hmm. So the first thing, I need a writer. So I chose Mr. Farid Ramadan, he's a writer, and I told him about the idea, and he liked it, and he said, yes, why not? Let us try it. It's a different thing. And he reminded me of one thing, that I did something in '89, which it was thriller at that time. I forgot about it. Mm-hmm. He told me, you did something for the TV, a thriller drama. Mm-hmm. For the TV. So why don't we do it again? So after the writer, I start looking for my assistants, which is very important, then the editor. So I choose Khalid Janahi, who's an artist. He's not only an artist, he's specialist in graphics and computer. And I choose the editor Rashid Abeid as well. He works with the Bahrain University. And at the end, I start choosing my cameraman. I want somebody new. And I start choosing the lighting. Couldn't find anybody new, but
So why did you want someone new?
it's a new experience. And
You wanted new blood in it.
Yeah, I want everybody to be with me from the beginning in this experience, and I want them, they have no experience, I want them to learn, I want them to, I want everybody to work in his field. I'd want, gathered like this, it happened. The last thing we've been thinking or talking about was the budget.
It should have been the first thing, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it was the last thing. This is strange because I told them, listen, the budget will come sooner or later. It's coming. So the thing is, let's gather, let's put the script, let's put the paper, let's do everything, and be ready. And we did that. And I was in a meeting with Dr. Bassam who's the head of Bahrain Cinema Company. And I throw the idea. And with the expenses, this I told them this experience will be really, it's a very good idea for the company. At least it will open a door for everybody to go and work. So why don't we try it? So he said, why not? And he gave us a chance and he helped us.
So Bahrain Cinema Company financed the movie?
Yeah, financed around because I was against the
This is an
but then we have to do something different.
it draws attention.
Yeah, and we did. It did actually. This experience now, it is. I was against it.
Why?
Against the technique side of it, because I was against the digital. We worked on the digital first.
But this is an advanced system, isn't it?
No, yeah, it is an advanced system. Now, after what I saw, it is an advanced system, yes. But at the end, cinema is a cinema. The gelatine, the negative is different. This is something.
You wanted the original.
Yeah, not only the original, because the cinema usually gives you 3 dimensions. The video doesn't. That's why they are trying to do the digital, high definition cinema. They want cameras. They want to create the 3rd dimension. And the cinema, it's there. So they are trying, and now I think I joined the club. Now I'm trying the same thing. So I told these guys, listen, let us try it on digital. Digital, first of all, it will, your cost will go what? It will go less, half. It will go half down. And not only the cost, of course, and it is different. I don't want to go through this because it's absolutely
It's a totally different thing.
It's not like the cinema, something different. So we went into digital, and we choose the cameras, and we choose the crew, and everybody was, you won't believe it, until today, they don't know what's going to be happen. They don't know what they're going to see on a screen. Until 2 weeks ago, I made a a show for them, for the crew only, and they saw it. Then they realized, that they have done a big job. It was really big, and it was something different. And they like it. At the end, it was different.
Yeah. Speaking about the crew, Bassam, I have seen you on location directing.
Yeah.
I remember it was a TV serial, and you're a very hot-tempered person. This is what I saw at that time. How was your relationship with the crew? Temper out of wanting to produce something that is of a very high standard.
Yeah, no, I was younger at that time, and I wanted everything. First of all, why? Because you don't have infrastructure for this business, for the cinema or even for TV. At that time, we don't have it. I mean, we have people who knows what they're doing, but it's not enough. So at that time, I came when I studied and finished my studies, and I did some few films, short films. When I came here and I found the people, they didn't understand what I'm talking about. So that's why sometimes I want them to understand, number one. Number two, I want them to do their job right, in the right way. So until 94. 94, I was a bit...
you cooled down a bit, didn't you?
Well, the doctor told me you have to cool down because it's not working. And what you're doing is... it was wrong. Really, it was wrong. You can't direct without shouting, without screaming.
Without getting tense, really. You need to calm down, yes.
So what I did, during this film and other films before that, I think my assistant here and they know, I was so cool. I was, when they say, Bassam, there's, the tape has finished, we have no tape, and I have all the crews waiting. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm spending a lot of money on electricity, on food, on everything, and the tape is not there. 4 o'clock, you
simple
can't find
things.
Simple things.
Yes.
Some of them who worked with me before in my last film, they disappeared. Something wrong will happen.
They don't want to be involved in this.
But I just look at the guy and said, well, anyway, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're late, and thank you for what you have done. Tomorrow we'll continue.
So you can be a nice person.
I am a nice person. So I tried really to cool down. Directing is not by shouting, screaming, running here and there. It's not that. Sometimes I discovered this after 20 years now. When you don't know what you're doing, that's why you're panicked. That's why you start screaming. That's why, because you're not, you don't have self-confidence. That's why now, I know what I'm doing.
Because more experience.
More experience. You're not only more experience, your age is different now, and I see it in a different from a different angle now. I know what I want, and no need for this, because these people, they can learn and they can give you the best they have without because when you get panic, everybody gets panic. And errors start to come.
Yes,
here and there,
because they are worried about what's happening. When we are talking about you, we talk about a man who we can say is initiating the film industry in Bahrain. And I think this, if it means a lot to you now, in the next 20 years, it will mean a lot when you look back and see the man who in 13 years produced two movies. They will look at you as someone who has historically contributed towards a film industry. We hopefully that will be formed. Okay, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about yourself?
I don't know, Ali, because this subject, why we did a film in the beginning? Because we believed in the cinema. We wanted the private sector, the government to at least take care of this. And for 13 years, nothing happened.
But now the private sector was involved,
now,
not the government.
Yeah,
just
after
the
13
private
years,
sector.
you know how much you lose in 13 years? You lose everything, 13 years. Because, first of all, like I said before, we don't have infrastructure. When you say cinema industry, I can't build the cinema industry in Bahrain. Nobody can. And the cinema industry doesn't mean cameras, doesn't mean people, doesn't mean only films I'm making. It means studios. It means college. It means so many things.
But why can't you build it if the private sector has now supported you to produce one film?
Okay.
Why can't the private sector further support?
Yeah, you are talking about the money now here to support us. Okay, I'm talking about laboratories. Do we have here?
Why can't they establish laboratories?
Because there is no market for it. So you can't.
Trusted. Sector here.
This maybe of money, which very easy, you can spend that amount of money.
It's affordable. Yeah.
And the other thing is, when they see it and look at this film and the benefit of it, of course, they will look at that side. They won't look at the film as an art or something like that. Then they will. Study. At least an infrastructure for them, at least from the human part, at least.
Bassam, you've been a member of many judging committees of film festivals in the Arab world and in Europe. Do you feel the progress of film festivals in Europe and some countries of the Arab world is based on the fact that the film industry is not completely regulated by the governments? There isn't any kind of censorship, and this is why they are successful. And do you feel that the nature of our societies necessitates a censorship and media control and cinema regulation, and this might act as an obstacle?
Number one, in Europe or some countries in the Arab world, they have freedom. This is very important. Usually the censorship, it kills the freedom. Usually when it kills in a way. In the Arab world, they believe in cinema. They believe in video. They don't just, you have a small idea, let's say a short film for 10 minutes. And you go to Canal Plus, let's say in France, or Horizon, or whatever, private sector channels. They support you because they believe in this art, not supporting you because the art, they believe in it. That's what we don't have here. we don't have believers in cinema. We don't have believers in television. We have Bahrain television, let's say now.
Businessmen. And this you feel shouldn't be the outlook.
No, it's all right. I don't mind it. I mean, at the end, cinema, it is like that. It is, I mean, there is, you have to sell tickets and people have to buy the tickets and they have to put money. It's the same thing. The other thing is, when you believe in this, then the real censorship will come because they believe in it. Now, you won't believe this. I don't want to go through this, but let me give you this point. One day, there was a film was talking about something not good, let's say. And the guy who's censoring that film, he found a kiss. The actor is kissing the actress. So he said, "Oh, there is a kiss." So he cut the kiss. The subject there, he didn't look at it. And the subject, it was bad. And the subject, you shouldn't let it go. It's not the kiss you're talking about. So this kind of censorship doesn't work here. The censorship got a lot of, it's like a traditional thing. We go through, what you call this, sometimes you're, if there is a case, there is a hug.
It's against your principles and ethics of the society or things like
they are
that.
talking about this, the society. They think this is bad for the society.
Oh, this is badly influencing the society.
So they have to cut these things. They don't go through, they don't go deep into the story. They don't go deep into
thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So that's why the censorship, I don't believe in it that much in here. And I don't think you can create a censorship when you don't have an industry.
Exactly.
You need an industry first.
Exactly.
Then now what we are doing, one film here, one film there, one miniseries here, one. There is no need for this. No need for a big censorship, department or whatever.
No.
Don't need. First, you have to build these things.
Although even in Europe, Bassam, there are some organizations that are responsible towards censoring programs. They are not government organizations, but it's all aimed at regulating social behavior of people and not affecting youth in any way or children in any way. And this is acceptable, isn't it?
A strange thing now. Have you seen the programs during Ramadan? A lot of people saying a lot of tears, a lot of the
drama, too much of tragic,
and they are hitting everybody and too much violence in it, right?
Yes.
When you go to a cinema, now go to the cinema, all the American films, all these explosions and everybody's killing everybody. This is not violent. How come you let
just a slap on someone's face is a violence?
It is, that's why we need somebody who really knows what it is.
I think because many viewers just want to be critic about what they see, and regardless.
And like I said before, it is because it is a local, so we have to cut it, we have to kill it,
criticize.
We have to criticize it.
Unfortunately, Now back to Visitor. Where did you inspire the name Visitor from?
Actually, it was called before. We called it the grave, not
It's a
visitor.
strange
Yeah.
name.
Then my wife said, "Bassam, the grave."
It's too much.
Yeah, which I didn't believe in what she said. Why? Because my assistant here, Khalid, he came. He said, "Bassam, if you put the grave," he agreed with her, and he said, "If you put the grave." People from the beginning, they say, "Oh, he's making a horror film. He wants us to be afraid before we go to the movies."
And they'll start criticizing even before watching the
that's
movie.
what he was saying.
Yes.
So he said, "Yes, we have," and I believe in that. So we start looking for another name, and from the story that I put there, it is a story about this lady. She's seeing this soul, guy, or whatever. For 22 years now. And she doesn't know why. She doesn't know him. She doesn't know why he's, calling her all these years. And she wanted to go and find out why. At the end, she will find out why this is happening to her. So Khalid came from here. He came with the name Visitor. He's visiting her all these years.
And the name draws attention, really. You want to know who this visitor is and what's going to happen. You won't tell us what's going to happen?
No, wait. You have to go and see. Spend some money.
Well, I don't mind, really. If it's your movie, it will be a great pleasure to watch it. Bassam, what is your next dream? You have always dreamt of producing a movie, but...
There's no. Now, let's a little. Start because we are already getting. Visitor is the system. Then transfer it. It's a cinema, and I hope we can start because we already gathered
just
the
have
crew.
4 months, yes.
Yeah, we gathered the crew from Bahrain, the actors, all the cast, most of them they are there, and I have some crew from Athens as well, where I did this last film. We did it. And one thing else, our film, Visitor, is the first film in the Gulf with the Dolby system, the sound, surround sound.
That's
Dolby.
interesting, yes.
Yeah, and it is...
it's technically supporting the movie.
Yeah,
yes.
it's something new. It's something the people, or even the crew now, they didn't get used to it. You know, when you hear all the speakers working and, you know, the drums when it comes.
But it gives a strong effect to the movie.
It's very strong effect. It's not only that, even the picture, it's very well done. The guys who did that in Athens, Saloniki, they're very professional. They did it very well. And I hope you won't feel it if it was digital or cinema. Yes. You won't feel it. But still, after this experience, now Farid is telling me, Bassam, let's do Little Dreams the same way we did that. So I told him, wait a minute. Let me do it on cinema.
You prefer that because you want that.
Yeah, because I missed it. That's the thing. I missed the cinema, I missed the gelatine, I missed the film, the negative, the smell. It's
in your blood.
Yeah.
So from Barrier to Visitor and now to Little Dreams. Yeah. And I hope your dream of opening the festival in March will start with a Bahraini film that you have produced. We wish you the best of luck, and I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to see your movie, and I hope we will see it soon.
I'll be expecting you there. I hope you'll like it.
I'm sure.
It's something different.
I'm sure we will.
I hope.
Thank you very much, Bassam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We were joined tonight by Bassam Al Thawadi, who, as I mentioned earlier, is the first Bahraini man behind the production of 2 Bahraini movies. And during the past 30 minutes, he spoke to us about Visitor and about coming works too. Thank you very much for joining us.